Alright, so I have here a 2008 Mazda 3. I had a coolant leak and I thought it was the water pump, but it wasn't coming from this side, it was coming from this side. And went under the vehicle, it was really hard for me to find out where exactly the leak was coming from. Eventually I found out it was from a piece called the water outlet. It's not the actual, this is the actual gasket in here where my thumb is, but this piece comes, it's a whole piece. And if you go to Mazda, $70, 70 or 75 bucks. But I don't know how much is it if you go to a regular auto parts store. It's very, very hard to get to it. Basically, you have to remove the battery. Now, you know the battery comes with this bracket. You're gonna need a 10 millimeter to take out the bracket. Once you, and for the terminals here, when you pull that out, you pull out the battery. In the bottom, there's 3 screws, 10 inches. Take that out. A couple of clips that you have to pull out. Take that out. Right here is the fuel injection. Comes here with the filter. This whole thing comes out. Now, I can show you a video how to do it, but there's plenty of videos to show you. If you are gonna replace this motor mount, it'll show you how to pull the battery out and all that. It's pretty good, some pretty good videos out there, so you can use that as a guide to pull out the battery if you need more information on that. Also, next to the battery was some electrical wiring, and like I said, if you go to Google where the motor mounts are, you will see how to pull that out. So that's my advice as far as that. Now this piece here goes, excuse the lighting here, but this piece, now this here goes on top of this, and it's also a 10 millimeter, but so when you look at it, it's gonna look something like this. I'm sorry, it's gonna look something like this. I'll show you exactly what it's in a minute, but you know, this goes up like this. This piece here sits on top. I had to take all these clips off, and I was gonna show you here. The screws to this is actually right here. It's a 5/16. It's not exactly a 10 millimeter. So you need a 10 millimeter and a 5/16. Also, to remove this piece is this kind of screwdriver. I don't know what number this is, but if you have a set, actually it's right here, 25, whatever that is. You're only gonna need this to remove these right here. Now, what I was gonna show you is that this, if you're looking for the screws, there's one right there. So you gotta bend down, it's really hard to see it, but there's 4 of them. 2 there, right? 2 there. So this one is actually hidden. All right, now I'm gonna show you where this is at. There is a video out there, but they didn't get to detail exactly where the piece was, and I had trouble finding it. So when you lift this up, it's gonna be right there. So that's where the piece goes, okay? There's another clip here, as you can see. That clip, this clip, also you gotta take off. The hardest thing for me was this hose right here. That hose right there, where the yellow is. That one was the hardest one for me to take off. Now, if you have original parts, the hoses, gotta be careful pulling them off because they're pretty stiff. This is the original. This is another one. This is the big one. This one actually goes right there. And this one is where the yellow one goes. I'm about to put it back, and I'll put it back together and I'll show you how that looks if I can. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If I go back out, you'll see. Okay, check that view of how Where's that little tab?